Hey guys, welcome to the New You Challenge at Real Fitness. I'm excited for everyone. This is going to be the nutritional part of the challenge. This is going to explain a lot of what that email that we sent out to you really means. So we're going to get right into it and start talking about nutrition and how you're going to work this diet over the course of the next 6 weeks. So we're talking specifically about macronutrients. Macronutrients are simply carbs, fats, and proteins. It's what we eat each day. It's the only thing that provides calories, nothing else. Calories come from carbs, fats, and proteins. Okay, so we're going to get into those three. Starting with proteins, okay? Let's talk about what protein does for us. It's probably the most important. One, it builds muscle. It prevents muscle loss, builds new muscle, and controls your appetite. It helps you stay full, feel full longer. So it's a very important macronutrient when we talk about the three. Also, your body actually requires more energy to break down protein. So you start burning more calories simply by adding more protein into your diet. Okay? Where do you get protein from? Well, the best sources: meats, fish, dairy, and whey protein supplements. Okay, we all know that that's where we get protein: meats, fishes, dairy, eggs, as well, and then protein supplements. How much do you need? Well, this is something that Oscar and I have figured out for each of you individually, so we're going to touch on this quickly. And there was a reason why we took your body, your measurements, your height, weight. And we asked you more specifically about what your goals were, because that all goes into factoring how much protein you actually need. Okay? So we have already figured that out for you, so you don't need to spend much time worrying about that. We did that work for you. The second macronutrient that I want to touch on, fats. Okay? Fats, a lot of times, is a taboo word. People think we gain weight because you're eating fat, too much fat. Well, the reality is that's not true. Fats are very dense, yes, with 9 calories in 1 gram of fat, but they are essential to your diet. If you eat too much fat, that makes you consume too many calories. Yes, you will gain weight, but fats are not the enemy. So all these foods that are advertised as no fat, low fat doesn't mean much. Okay. What are fats? They're an essential nutrient. They assist with vitamin absorption, helps regulate hormones, and it aids in brain function. So it keeps your hormones in check, makes you feel regular, if you will. And then where do you find fats? Well, there's fats in meats, fatty fish, nuts, specifically nut butters, and oils. Avocados are another source of fat. Okay. How much? Again, we figured that out for you. So a lot of it depends on your body weight, body fat percentage, what your goal is, whether it be to maintain your current weight, gain weight, or lose weight. That's going to factor in how much fat you actually need. All right. Moving on, we're going to talk about carbs. Probably the biggest taboo word in diet. A lot of people have a negative reaction when you say carbs. Carbs, carbs, carbs. Carbs are also essential. You need carbs. Depending on your activity level and what your goals are will tell us how much you actually need. So what are carbs? They're stored in the liver, brain, blood, and muscles as glycogen. They are our fuel. We use carbs as energy, right? You have a vehicle, you're only getting somewhere if you put gasoline in it. Carbs are our gas, okay? Where do you get carbs from? Fruits, vegetables, grains, many processed foods, and those sugary drinks. Also potatoes, starches, pastas. Everyone's kind of familiar with where carbs come from. How much do I need? We took the liberty of figuring that out for you guys individually. Again, just like the proteins and fats, it depends on your goal, your current body weight, so on and so forth. as we explained with the fats and proteins. There is a fourth macronutrient that we'll touch on, alcohol. Okay, you do get calories from alcohol. Where do you get it? What is alcohol? Beer, wine, liquor. How much alcohol do you need? Well, enough to ask that girl out, enough to dance is what I always say. It's not essential. We don't need it. It doesn't do anything for us nutritionally. It's just occurring, I guess, if you could say that. So alcohol, okay in moderation, but you don't need it. So now this is the meat and potatoes of what this video is about. We need to know how to count our macros, okay? Because we are doing this day by day. Some of us have fat loss goals. Some of us have weight gain goals. Guess what? The only way you can lose weight or gain weight is to know where your calories are. You have a maintenance level of calories, okay? Meaning, for example, I'll use myself. So my maintenance level is around 3,200 calories a day. Okay, that's how many calories I burn through my daily activities and my exercise. If I were to eat 3,200 calories each day and my activity level stays the same, then my body weight would maintain. I would stay where I am within 2% up, down. Okay? So, if I want to be in a fat loss phase, I need to create a deficit. So I will, let me move this over. I'm going to create a deficit with food and with exercise. It's best to combine the two. We're providing the exercise for you guys when you get here, so just get here, work your butt off. It's going to be up to you to create the deficit with the food, and we all gave you exactly how much to eat, but this is why we do it. So we know that calories in, calories out. We have to burn more than we take in to lose weight. So what I do, I set myself with a 500 calorie deficit. All right? So instead of eating at maintenance, which is 3,200 calories, 3,200 calories for me specifically, not you, this is for me. I'm going to now consume 2,700 calories. And I'm going to track that day by counting my fats, proteins, and carbs. Okay? Now this is again for me specifically. This is me, Alex. This isn't you. All right? This is how it works. This is why it works. All right? So I'm now in a caloric deficit, and if I consistently am in that deficit, my body weight will change. But I have to know where my calories are. So this is exactly why you count. So moving into this next piece. Just some quick information about each macronutrient. Okay? They each yield a certain amount of calories. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrate, 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9. And 1 gram of alcohol is 7. Okay? You know, these are the only 4 sources of calories. Now, talking about the nutrition label on foods. This is a crude drawing of a nutrition facts. It's on the back of every food that's packaged. Okay? This is where the calories come from, and we'll get in more of this in just a few minutes. But this is where the calories come from on nutrition labels. So we know that we just learned that 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. And we learned that 1 gram of carb is 4. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So this pretend food that I created here has a total of 1 gram of fat. It has 36 grams of carbs in it. And it has 13 grams of protein. So where does that calories per serving come from? Well, you would add those all up. It has 1 gram of fat, so that's 9 calories. 36 times 4, it's 144 calories. And then 13 times 4 is 52 calories. When I add all those up, I would get my total calories. Now, sometimes on nutrition labels, they round up or down within 5 calories. So I use this as an example because it's real life. These 3 numbers equal 205 calories for this specific food. says 200 calories, but 5 calories is not that much of a difference, okay? We'll get into more of this on how you can actually apply it to your everyday life shortly. Now, one of the big things about counting your macros is paying attention to the serving size, okay? So, I'm going to have some rice, okay? So, what I want to do is weigh this food out. The nutrition label is on the back. So, you can see here the serving size is half a cup or 49 grams of dry rice, okay? Okay, here we have our food scale, our digital food scale. This is something you're going to want to pick up. It's going to be essential to your success with counting macros. You can get it at Walmart, Target, Bed Bath & Beyond. I'm going to weigh out my serving of rice. I looked at the nutrition facts, and it says that a serving is 46 grams. So I'm going to put my bowl on the scale. I'm going to turn it on, make sure it's zeroed out. Good. And I'm going to weigh out my rice so I can get 46 grams. Okay, it's at 44. If you're within 2 grams, that's fine, plus or minus. That is minimal trace amounts. So you're right where you need to be. I know that I have just consumed 4 grams of protein and 38 grams of carbs. So this is me. I'm using me as an example. I would subtract this from my daily macros. So specifically for me, just like you guys have your macros now, we need to do some subtraction. And there's some apps on our phones that can help us with this. You don't have to do it by hand, but for the purpose of this lesson, I'm going to do it by hand, and then we'll show you how to use MyFitnessPal on your iPhone or Android. So my daily macros for me, this is me. Remember, I eat 270 grams of carbs each day, 175 grams of protein each day, 75 grams of fat, okay? So this is essentially my bank. I get to spend 270 grams of carbs, I get to spend 175 grams of protein, and I get to spend 75 grams of fat. I just had that serving of rice that was 4 grams of protein, 0 grams of fat, and it was 36 grams of carbs. So I just spent some money. My fat is going to stay the same. I'm still at 75, but I would need to subtract 4 from my protein goal. So minus 4 grams. Now I'm left with 171 grams for the day and 36 carbs I just consumed. So now I'm left with, let's do some quick math together. 270 minus 36. You got to take from the 7. We're doing math now. 4, 3, 234 grams of carbohydrates left for the day. Okay? So now you see what counting your macros looks like. You're subtracting from those totals that we gave you in that email. All right? Anytime you eat a food, it's coming off of that total. All right? So let's do another example. We can, well, a packaged food. You don't have to weigh it out, which is cool, right? All you got to do is look at the nutrition label, and you'll see exactly what the facts are for this protein bar, right? 7 grams of fat. Our total carb for this bar is 24, and the protein's 21. So I just ate this bar. I'm going to put it into MyFitnessPal, which we'll show you how to use, which is going to make life super simple. But for the intents purposes of this video, I'm going to pretend like I don't have MyFitnessPal, and I just ate this bar, which is 7 grams of fat, and 24 grams of carbs, and 21 grams protein. So I would simply subtract those from my new totals. Now, this will all be done handheld with MyFitnessPal, which we'll show you how to use shortly. Okay? So this was about paying attention to serving sizes and weighing out your food. When you're doing this, you're not counting calories. Do not count calories. I know it sounds crazy. I'm not having you count calories, I'm having you count macronutrients, which are going to add up to your calories. So don't be concerned with the calories. You're just monitoring and counting your proteins, fats, and carbs. Okay? Do I count calories? No. What about saturated fat? No, don't worry about it. Cholesterol, don't count it. Sodium? No. Fiber, if you're eating the right foods, your fiber number will be good. So a lot of whole grain, a lot of fruits, vegetables, you'll be in the clear. If you got questions about fiber, you can come to us individually. Sugar, I put it in red. A lot of negative connotation about sugar. Too much sugar is bad. All this, yes, that is true. You don't need to count it though. Okay? You don't want to eat high sugary foods. They'll make you feel bad. They'll make you crash. But you don't need to count it. Sugar is simply a carbohydrate. That's all it is. All right? Your daily carbs should not all come from sugary foods either. Right? If you're eating whole grain, like I said, good starches, whole grain, even pastas, potatoes, your sugar content is going to be low. But in moderation, anything is okay. So you can have a little sugary sweet snack. You would just have to count it towards your carbs, because that's what it'll be. And the nutrition label will tell you all of that. So now we're talking about counting and weighing foods without nutrition facts. Now, this is going to be another another thing you'll have to do with your phone, but it's going to be very easy once you understand. There's Calorie King app. Okay, this is going to help you out a lot. So say you get some fresh fruit from the market, the farmer's market, the grocery store, Publix, whatever. You got some nice strawberries, but there's no nutrition label with it. What you do with the Calorie King app, you simply punch in raw strawberries. So I'm going to get my scale here. It's zeroed out. It's on grams. I'm going to weigh out my strawberries. And that is, one more time. I'm going to weigh out my strawberries. It's 24 grams of strawberries, okay? So what I'm going to do next, I know that I ate strawberries, so I'm on that Calorie King website or app on my phone. I type in search food, strawberries, raw, okay? Then I put in the amount. I consume 24 grams. And then once you click OK, it spits out nutrition facts for you. So now it's going to give you the carb, protein, and fat content of these strawberries. So super simple. We will show you exactly how to do that if you are confused about that, okay? But very easy, calorieking.com, or there's an app on your phone called Calorie King. So this is for foods without nutrition facts. Same goes for meat. So if you go to the butcher and you get a nice cut of whatever, a nice strip, steak, chicken, turkey, all you would do is weigh the meat. You would weigh it raw. It's 6 ounces, say, and you would punch that into Calorie King. I have 6 ounces of chicken breast, and then it's going to spit out the nutrition facts for you, and you would subtract it from your daily total. Also, Google is good. If you're not sure about the nutrition facts of something you ate, you can always Google it. There's a wealth of information out there. And like I said, Calorie King as well. Not as good at calorie count, not as good as Calorie King. So I would stick with Calorie King for foods without nutrition facts. Now, MyFitnessPal. This is the app that's going to make your life easy. And we're going to get into that shortly. Digital food scale we just learned about. Good. Where we can get it, Target, Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond. Always weigh your food before you eat it. It's hard to weigh your food when it's in your belly. That won't work. So again, going over the steps of weighing and counting your food. Choose your food, weigh your food, input food and weight into calorieking.com if it doesn't have a nutrition label, and then you record your macros. Your recording device is going to be MyFitnessPal, or if you want to go old school and do it on a pen and paper and a notepad, you can. And lastly, eat the food. Lick the plate. Adhere to the 5-second rule. If you drop it, it's okay. So important weighing notes, okay? Weigh your meat raw, okay? Before you cook it, weigh it, okay? And that's what you're gonna go off of. The meat will lose weight as it cooks, right? Because it's losing water. Weigh it raw, okay? Same thing with rice, pasta. You're gonna weigh that dry before you cook it. Usually the label dictates. So just watch the label. Same thing with potatoes. Weigh it before cooking. Do not trust your eyes, stomach, measuring cups, spoons. Use the scale. Okay? Use the scale. It's the most accurate. If you want to be precise with your calories, you got to use the scale. Now, a lot of us are on the run. We don't have time maybe to be at home and prepare 3, 4, 5 meals, whatever you're going to eat. So a lot of us have to eat out. We have to make smart choices. A lot of restaurants actually have their nutrition facts online on their website. You can find all of the nutrition facts. Chipotle is a great one. They actually have a calculator. So you put all your ingredients into this calculator from what you ordered at Chipotle, and it spits out the nutrition facts, and then you can input it into your MyFitnessPal. A lot of restaurants nowadays. Now these restaurants that don't, you maybe go to Capitol Grill or McCormick and Smith's or somewhere nice. After doing this for a while, you'll kind of understand what 6 ounces of protein looks like as far as fat, carbs, and protein, as well as potatoes. Try to stick to simple things. Don't order the cheesy, saucy sides. Stick to meat, vegetables, and you'll be in the clear. Okay, that's for the time being, because we gotta be under control with our calories. It's easier to have a really good estimate of those types of foods than it is with those elaborate side dishes. So stick to, when eating out with at restaurants that wouldn't have the nutrition facts online, stick to simple foods. Vegetables, meats, potatoes, okay? Now, counting booze, alcohol, right? If you're someone who enjoys drinking, right? I'm not telling you to cut it out completely. What I say, use it in moderation, absolutely. You have to account for it though, all right? It counts. There's calories, so we have to account for it. So here's how you do it, and we'll explain this again when we meet that first night, okay? You have to count alcohol as either a carb or a fat, all right? It's actually neither, but you have to take your calories from somewhere. You can never take it from protein. You gotta hit your protein number. If you're gonna have a glass of wine, if you're gonna have a beer or a vodka, you take it from carbs or fat, and this is how it works. So let's just say a glass of Merlot is 120 calories. It's going to count as 30 carbohydrates. So that glass of Merlot costs you 30 grams of carbs. Why? Because 1 gram of carb is 4 calories. There's 120 calories in that pour. So 120 divided by 4 equals 30. Okay, and if you wanted to count it as fat, you would divide by 9, because 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, so that would give us roughly 11 grams of fat. So alcohol in moderation is okay. But understand, if you have a low carb, low fat allowance, you're not going to be able to have a lot of drinks because you want to eat those calories. You're going to feel full. If you only drink your calories, you're going to be an upset person. So that concludes the nutrition piece of the 6-week challenge. So what I want to do now is show you exactly how MyFitnessPal works. Okay, so I am going to come out of the frame and be right back. I got to get my phone. Hey. All right, guys, I'm back. Now I'm going to show you exactly how MyFitnessPal works and why this is going to be your best friend. This makes counting and weighing and measuring really easy and really a really easy way to get through your day, so it's not tedious. Okay, you can see at the top of my screen here, this is what I have left for the day: 153 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, and 127 grams of protein. So I've already had some food today, but I have to finish those off before the day is over. So I'm going to give you an example now of how to input your food into MyFitnessPal. All right. So I've decided I'm going to eat this protein bar, and I need to log it. So this is how I'm going to do it. Foods with barcodes makes things very easy. All you got to do is weigh out the serving size and scan the barcode. And I'm going to show you how simple this is. So come on close. So we're going to act like I just ate this bar and I need to scan it. So here you're going to see the barcode right here. Okay. And I'm going to pull up my app. I'm going to hit the plus sign. Food. Let's say it was a snack. And then up in the upper right hand corner there's a barcode. I'm going to hit that. Point it at the barcode. It'll take a minute to read it. See, it's good. Okay, so it scanned it and it inputted it into my specific diary. So as you can see here, it tells you exactly what you've just added in. 7 grams of fat, 24 carbs, and 21 protein, okay? So I'm going to hit the check mark because I ate that food. And now my numbers have come down. So now I have 129 grams of carbs left, 53 grams of fat, and 106 grams of protein left to finish my day. Okay, so that's an easy one. There's a barcode on that one. I didn't even have to weigh it. All I had to do was eat it and scan it, and I'm set. It took literally 25 extra seconds of my life. Not difficult. Now, we're going to show you how to use Calorie King and then MyFitnessPal, using both together. Okay, so I have, I'm going to pull up my Calorie King app. Right now it says potato in there because I ate a potato at some point in the last week. So let's just use those strawberries for example. So I'm going to type in strawberries. And we've already weighed the strawberries as we remember. It was a raw strawberry. I'm going to change it to grams because I weigh everything in grams. And let's say that I had 45 grams worth of strawberries. And now what it does is it spits out your nutrition facts. So there's 0.1 grams of fat. You won't even worry about recording that. 3.5 grams of carbs and 0.3 grams of protein. So as you can see, 45 grams of strawberries is not a lot. Anyways, for the purposes of the video. So now I have my nutrition facts. 0.1 grams of fat, that's trace amounts of fat, don't even count that. 3.5 grams of carbs will count, and protein, 0.3 grams, don't even count that. So what I'll do, let's use a better example. Let's say I had 450 grams of strawberries. I'm going to show you a better nutrition label. This makes a little bit better sense. So total fat for 450 grams of strawberries, okay? That is, that's about a cup or so if you're trying to visualize it. It's 1.4 grams of fat, I would count that. 34.6 grams of carbs and 3 grams of protein. So now I need to enter this into MyFitnessPal. So I'm going to switch screens. I'm going to go back to MyFitnessPal. Okay? I had some food, so I'm going to hit the plus sign. I'm going to click food. I'm going to say snack. Now I need to manually enter those facts. So I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom where it says quick add. Hit quick add, and now it gives me the option to enter carbs, fat, and protein. So let's look back. It was 34.6 grams of carbohydrates. It was, let's look back, 1.4 grams of fat. And it was 3 grams of protein. And there you have it. I've entered the facts for the strawberries. I hit yes, check mark, and now my totals have come down. I'm at 94 carbs left, 52 fat left for the day, and 103 grams of protein left for the day. So this is how you use between Calorie King and MyFitnessPal. This is your diary. This is your log. This makes it so simple. There will be maybe a weak learning curve, but once you get the hang of it, man, is it easy. And it makes a huge difference. It's doing the counting for you. There's no pen and paper. So like the strawberries, if you have a food without a nutrition label, you would use the Calorie King app. Okay, after you weigh it, all you do is input the weight of the food, and it gives you the nutrition facts. And then again, anything with a barcode, once you either eat a single serving that it's already packaged, or say with this protein supplement I have here, it has nutrition facts, right? It has a serving size. So we just learned, what would I do? I would weigh out on the scale 34 grams of this powder. Now, 34 grams of this protein powder doesn't mean it's worth 34 grams of protein. That's the weight of the serving, okay? So I would weigh out 34 grams. I did it, all right? And then you would go to the barcode, scan it, and it puts it right into MyFitnessPal, all right? And it's logged, and you can move on with your day. So nutrition labels make things easy. Barcodes make things easy. Those foods that don't have either of those, use Calorie King. Makes it super simple.